Okay.
I don't know. He would have gone somewhere after keeping.
Okay.
That is quite possible.
Yeah, correct.
Good morning, Padmashri.
Morning, Padmashri.
She is also.
Good morning, Lata.
Okay.
Good morning, Vilas. Good morning, Bhatt.
Bhatt is on a permanent mute mode. I don't know why. Okay. So, continuing further, what I wanted to tell you was yesterday we could not conclude it. So, I thought, let me conclude, including what happens when you really establish. So, if we are able to really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning, Vilas.
Yeah,
Morning,
what had
Lata.
happened?
Morning, Padmash.
Morning.
Some problem in the device, I don't know.
Ah,
I was able to hear you, but I was not able to unmute. I just started.
no problem. No problem. Okay. So, what I wanted to do today was to conclude it, whatever we have discussed from Friday, Saturday, and Monday. So, just conclude this one and see what can help all the four of us to develop and experience. So basically, when we take the second one, which I spoke about, you will see that everything is dependent and everything is conditioned. First of all, we'll see the condition. Every action, what we do, or the body, the mind, and the things outside are all conditioned. And the reactions or whatever we do are dependent on that condition. So if we get a bad intention in our mind due to the condition, we will depend on that condition and we'll do something which we wouldn't have done because it is condition based. So let's say somebody is abusing me, and then that's a condition presently, and I have anger within me, so that is dependent now on that condition. So I give back. At that time, I don't care what the situation has taken me over so much that I have no idea why am I doing that. Even though I would have learned spirituality and all of that, still that anger or pride or jealousy or any one of these can come into being. So the 6 vices what we have is condition based, and also it is dependent on the very condition what we are looking at. So situation creates the conditions, necessary conditions, and those necessary conditions create the dependency. So what a person can do now is to accept like this. He makes himself as an awareness, just like the light what we were talking about some time ago, wherein Lata was able to experience it when she was pestering me about this awareness meditation. And the only thing I had told her is that consider the room what you have is lighting up, and you have table, you have chair, you have computer, you have wardrobes, you have dresses, you have so many things on in that room. Now the light is not bothered about what is there in the room, but you are bothered about what is there in the room. So if you become that light, then you will not feel anything whatsoever. So that's the difference between the consciousness and the mind. The consciousness is that light, and the mind is the one which wants to keep something in some way or the other, always agitated, always on the move to do something. So let's say if this what Lata could experience some time back, she is able to, or you all are able to experience, then what really happens on that awareness is that you will accept and observe. 2 things are going to happen. You will accept the situation, which otherwise the mind doesn't accept the situation, and you will accept to the condition with which that has come into being, and then you will also watch how this dependency is arising based upon that condition. So the person starts a beautiful awareness program within himself or herself. So then what happens is that when the person accepts and observes the condition and observes the dependencies, he will know that everything that is being reacted by the mind is by the feeling. Whereas the consciousness has got no feeling at all. It's just light. It's got nothing to do with what is the feeling that should be coming out of that. So let's say wife comes over to this room, and if I am the light, I am lighting on every being. This is what Padma Shri keeps on asking, that can we be like that with everyone? So that is the end result. So you have to practice something else to get that end result. So now this wife comes over to this room. Yesterday she attended and today she is not attending. So let's say she comes over. Now the light just reflects on that object. There is no wife, is what the first thing awareness is going to say. Mind is going to say, that's your wife. So that's the normal thing. But when that person is in awareness, then that wife goes away. Instead, a human form appears without this wife as a title. So as you would have done to somebody else, that is, somebody as a woman has come into the room, how you would have behaved, you will exactly behave the same thing with this person coming also. It's a huge change, because you're not feeling any longer that this is a wife. So I'm not distinguishing between A person and B person. Let's say if Padma Shri were to come to this room and this wife were to come into the room, as far as the awareness goes, they both are same. The mind associates that Padma Shri is a colleague and the person, that is my wife, name is Anjana, and she is the wife. But truly speaking, there is no colleague and there is no wife. There are two bodies which are come and they are standing. And that's all. So what I would do to Padma Shri in helping, giving a chair or whatever it is, I would do the same thing to this person also. No special favor. That means there is no extra value that she's my wife and Padma Shri is a colleague. And then I'm not going to talk about office things. I'm not going to talk about home things with this person called Anjana and that person called as Padma Shri. Rather, I will talk something which will bring calmness to both of them, because I'm just awareness. If it is mind, then the mind will shift roles now. It will talk as a husband to that person and to a colleague. So now if I were to transact, now the question comes, are we not going to transact at all? Yes. When the transaction is supposed to happen in that role as so and so, and in the role of Padma Shri as so and so, we are going to transact. And that's exactly what we're doing at the office. Let's say I'm reporting to Padma Shri, and Padma Shri is directly responsible for giving me work and appraising me about what I'm doing, and also guiding me and helping me out, or even taking punitive actions against me. That is the authority given to that role. So whatever deems fit for that work, what has been assigned to me, I am going to be doing that, or I'm expected to do that. And if I'm not doing it, she is supposed to question, and she is supposed to inquire, and she's supposed to find out why am I lacking. And it is my rather if I can call it as a duty, which I shouldn't be calling, but yet as a what we can say conventional usage, and then if it is my, or instead of duty, if it is my responsibility to go back and inform Padma Shri that why am I failing in delivery, because that's what I've agreed in the interview. So what we are doing, we are not talking to the people, we are talking on the process, we are talking on what should be done and what should not be done. Let's say Padma Shri gets upset, she is liable to get upset that the project, whatever supposed to happen is not happening, and then she can take action. So if I'm going by the process, then Padma Shri can pull me up saying that, hey, you know what, I'm going to give you 3 months time from today to pull up your socks and then deliver. And in 3 months I am not able to deliver, then she can put me on PIP and then ultimately make me resign from the job or move elsewhere, move from her team to some other's team. That's a whole process. There is no person like Padma Shri, there is no person like Vilas. What has happened is that Vilas and Padma Shri have taken a role in that organization where Padma Shri is the manager, Vilas is a subordinate to her, and she's supposed to guide, she's supposed to inform, she's supposed to appraise, she's supposed to do all kind of things for the team member to perform. And hopefully she has done everything, whatever was coming into her picture. She doesn't have to get frustrated that why this guy is not working. He is not working, change him. That's simple as that. There's no personal thing to be taken. Oh, what happens to his job? What happens to his family? Will they be able to sustain a living? Or am I doing right? Or am I doing wrong? Or whatever. No. The job demands that this person has to deliver, and he has committed to that delivery. It's not that somebody forced him to join the organization. It's not that somebody, coerced him or, convinced him or do anything like that. When the interview was taken, he himself has told or informed that based upon this job description, based upon the skill set, what was required, based upon what needs to be delivered, he can do that. And even when questioned, how do you deliver it, he has given scenarios and he has explained that in his previous organization, this problem was given and he could solve it this way. In the other organization or in other projects, he has done this way. Considering all the factors that were presented during the time of interview, this person has been hired. So that means any challenging role that the company deems fit, they can assign it to this person. And if he accepts to that role, knowing very well what are his strengths and what are his weaknesses, and then he has to perform. So if the person is not able to perform, then it's perfectly right for Padma Shri to remove him from the team. She should not be thinking twice, oh, what happens to him? He has a family, is it worth it? Or should I, keep him or give him another role which suit? No, he's supposed to do that role. And instead of getting upset at him, just remove him, because you told him enough that why don't you complete it, and he has not done it. You have done everything to make that person feel comfortable in the team. At the same time, if Vilas has been delivering as requested by that team and by that manager, Padma Shri, and it's her obligation now to promote Vilas to whatever best level that is available, because he has done what he's supposed to do. And as per the terms of the agreement, or that is the employment letter, that if a person performs very well, then he should be promoted. So let's say Padma Shri is not able to promote for quite few years, and then Vilas can do two things. He can either continue working with Padma Shri or he can leave. So this is the transaction. The same exact thing is what I'm supposed to do at home. Exactly the same thing. No special. So I have married somebody with a agreement that this I will be doing as so and so role, and she's going to do and so role. If she is unhappy with that role play of mine, she can give me appraisal and she can torment me, she can say whatever she wants, and she anyway does it. And if I am not finding her suitable for the work she is agreed to do as a wife, I need to help her in doing it. I need to put her in PIP, or she can put me in PIP, and all of that. And if because of both of us a child has come into existence, which is the natural cause of marriage, and it's again a process, that is, becoming a mother is a process, becoming a father is a process, and a son as a role is a process, or a daughter as a role is a process, and it is just a roles and responsibilities. You are watching that daughter and the son and guiding them how to do it, because they are supposed to go back to the society and start working, start contributing. So the parent is gifting the child to the society so that they can perform. So if we put Sanatana Dharma there, what we are supposed to follow, the child belongs to the society, they don't belong to the parent. So you are building the moral values and everything in that child, who will then become the best citizen. So we all are doing our roles. As a citizen, I am doing a role. As a minister, I am doing my role. As a prime minister, I am doing a role. As a servant, I am doing a role. So all are doing their roles as one single consciousness. So one consciousness split up into different roles and different names, and each performing their own. So this is the first, what I can say, experience one would get if somebody really accepts to the situation, accepts that because of the situation, the conditionality has arisen, and because of the conditionalities, then you have dependencies. Just like Corona is a situation, and that situation is a condition. Now you can do something, you cannot do something else, and that's a condition. We all have to live within that condition. We cannot say that no, I'm not interested in that condition. So we have to live within that condition. Until the condition is there, everything is dependent on that. Every action is dependent on that very condition. So instead of getting challenged, worked up, worried, frustrated, fear, all of that, why that happens is because I have not accepted to situation. I am trying to do something other than the situation what is being presented, which is not possible. We have to accept to the situation, we have to accept to the condition, and we have to accept to the dependency of that condition, so we know what is happening. And then we have to bring in a process which will help that individual in not getting associated with the problem. Instead, he will be or she will be able to resolve the problem. So consciousness then can be used, rather than taking it on a bad route, we are taking it in a very good place, meaning the mind is not agitated, the mind is not worked up in such a way that the emotions come out. Now coming to the emotions, what Padma Shri you were talking about yesterday. Emotion is nothing but a feeling. So when I see you and when I see Anjana, Anjana makes me a feeling of wife, and you make me a feeling of a colleague. Or if you were my manager, I feel that you are my manager. I don't even feel you as a colleague. I feel you as my manager. So I'm going to give you more respect than what I can give to Anjana, because she's my wife. But it's just a feeling. When I go beyond the feeling, and that's what the Rajas, Sattva, Tamas and all about. Tamas, when I stay, it's more on feeling driven. So my perception about Padma Shri is she's my manager and I have to somehow keep on pleasing her. Okay, so even in the job I try pleasing you, and even out of job when you're coming to my home or we are meeting somewhere or I'm coming to your home, I'm giving more privilege to you because you are my manager. And that is stupidity, because a role has been taken too personally by me. You are working for the same organization as a manager. I'm working for the same organization as a subordinate. That's simple as that. So you have your roles, I have my roles. That's all. Beyond that, I don't have to do anything. But my stupid mind thinks that you are most privileged person and then I'm going to do a lot of things for you. And that's not required. Same thing with my wife. Just because I've married her, I think that she's the best thing I could ever do. No. Yes, I have certainly married her and she has certainly married me, but we are only doing the roles and responsibility. Why are we doing it in the first place? Because I didn't want it to be lonely in life, and she also didn't want it to be lonely in life. If she had decided or I had decided to be alone all the while, then I didn't have to get married. Similarly, I don't want to waste my my skill set and other things, so I've joined an organization. I feel I can contribute to the organization, so I am doing it. I'm not doing a favor to the organization. Neither the organization is doing any favor to me. Organization is compensating me for what services I'm giving, and because of that compensation I'm doing my services. Simple. So nobody is doing any favor by marrying or not marrying, or by producing children or not producing children. There's no favor. So when I look at it in this way, basically the feeling goes away. If the feeling goes away, then the perception goes away. If the feeling and perception goes away, then there is nothing to crave. The craving for a wife comes into existence because that feeling is there. So when I don't myself have a feeling that she is my wife, but I have the highest of the respect that she is another human being struggling in this samsara, trying to find her way out so that she doesn't have to come back again. What is that I'm going to do? I'm going to make her life much better. Than expecting anything from her, I would love to give her maximum. So the best thing I can donate to her, not my life, is dharma. So I can then put Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam onwards to the 40th thing what Krishna speaks in Bhagavad Gita, or from Vairagya I can start, because this is Vairagya, a total dispassionate, because I have no differentiation between Padma Shri or Anjana or Lata or Bhatt or myself or the son or what I have, or a daughter or this or that, because they all are driven out of their own karma. And they are here to do what they want to do. They are not here just because I wanted them to do something. So with understanding of this, many things starts to work out. The first thing, like I said, you will come to know how each person is in a prison. Then you will also come to know about how the being comes into existence through eating and what happens and all of that. And when the light is seen, which we were talking about the other day, when we see the light, then that awareness makes you completely liberated from all conditions. And you will see what those conditions were, where you were struggling. So that really makes one feel satisfied. So basically we are working not because we wanted to work. It's a fear. So that goes away. So when the fear goes away, the anxiety, the frustration, the agitation and greed and all of that goes away along with that. So what you actually see is, with work, without work, they both are same. You have to work for a living. So if you are able to live, nicely with all comforts already taken care, you don't feel like doing it again because you find a beautiful way to go out of the body and see other beings, which in this working life or in this family life you'll never find. And then you will also come to know, if you were to die at this moment, where you will be reborn. It's like you going to a home and you are booking that because you have enough money and you've seen that property, it seems very good. It has all the comforts and you can buy. So basically you book it. Now, if you keep on increasing this punya phala more and more, that house changes to something else because now you can buy something more better than that house what you had seen. So you know when you are going to leave this place, that is when the body is disintegrated by death of, by whatever reason, you are going to die, you are no longer in fear of where you are going to go because you exactly know where you are going to land. So the consciousness lands on something. Just like the rocket is landing on the moon, you know where you are going to land on. So that fear that what happens to me after death is gone because you exactly know where you're going to land. And that you can see. It's not that you just imagine, you see it. And you not only see it, you will also experience it, being there. And when you experience being there, there's no fear. So basically what happens, due to understanding whether that way or this way or whichever way you want to take as a path, you will land there. So the fear is gone. So if you die at that moment due to any disease or anything, accident or this or that, you are more than happy because you exactly know where you're going to land. Now you can see the difference between the samsaric life, which is a repetition, to this life. You're not going to come back on the womb level of existence, which is such a great relief. And you also know that you're not going to feel hungry every 3-4 hours. And you have to keep on feeding something or the other for the life to sustain there. Here you don't have to eat at all. Isn't it the best thing that can happen? So you will drop all those activities which are literally trash, because they don't give you anything in the end. It's just a feeling what you're getting, that here is my son, here is my daughter, here is my job, here is my wife, here is my husband, here is my... But all those people go away anyway. They have come on their own and they're going to go on their own. Nothing that anybody can do. But when they go, they don't know where they are going, but when you go, you know where you're going. And now what you can do, that a small favor to that person is that you can help that person to experience exactly what you have experienced. That's the best thing you can do in anybody's life. Considering so much of problem we are having today on the diseases, people dying, so much of worry, anxiety, fear, frustration, all of that, which is naturally being there. If you can teach someone something where they can book that place where they are going to go, isn't it the most amazing, helpful thing anyone would have done? And that's what dharma is all about. So what Krishna also says is that first establish the 40 bhakti qualities and establish 13 jnana qualities. That's all what you're supposed to do. Remaining thing I will take care. You first establish this much. That's sufficient. Or if you take Shankara, you only establish 9 qualities there. It's sufficient. Or if you take Patanjali, you establish the 10 qualities of yama and niyama, and if you are going to follow Buddha teaching, then you remove 10 immoral qualities. Everything else is taken care. So basically, morality will bring in samadhi. If we were to approach spirituality without morality, you will not get samadhi. You will only get into frustration. It can be me or anyone at all. So the only thing what they get is frustration because they cannot see. So apart from going and booking that place, what you also will come to know is how many lives you have taken in the process of this. And that I'm yet to see. Whereas the other one I'm able to see, but I'm yet to see all my lives. I think sooner or later that is going to happen. So that will tell me the effort what I have put from the beginning of the time till today. And another thing which is very interesting is that you can hear to music which is earthly as well as out of world existence. You can see, like when I had gone to Bodh Gaya, I was able to see how many beings are there in that tree. I am able to see how many people are dying and what is happening there. But that only happened to me in meditation at Bodh Gaya. But I couldn't get that experience other than being in Bodh Gaya. So I can't be going to Bodh Gaya and trying to experience that again. So it should happen very soon. So this is another thing what I can get due to purification. So what should I purify? I should purify my chitta, which is the light, which is presenting like a what I can say is like a projector light, and on that projector light are the movie clips which are raga, dvesha, moha, and that is appearing on the screen, and the screen is the conscious is the mind. So mind is getting worked up on what is coming on the screen. Now what I should do is remove that color in the reel. So the movie will be a blank one. There is no color. Raga is color of passion, which sticks. So if I don't have raga, the yellow color is gone. Then the dvesha is red in color. It's anger. And we all know you turn red when you are angry. Or when you are frustrated also you are angry. When you are agitated also you are angry. When something is not gone right also you are angry. So every person gets anger out of it. So that red color is gone. Then comes the blue color. It's beautiful, but it is not required. And that is what moha is all about. It's blue. It is universally available. So if we take a burner, we have a red color there, we have a yellow color there, and we have this blue color. Blue is equanimity, but the person doesn't know. That means he has avidya there, he has ignorance there. What really happens now is that I have seen the blue color, which is equanimity. Equanimous to both the situation, what is going right and what is going wrong, I'm equanimous to the situation. If I'm equanimous to situation, the condition is equanimity. If the condition is equanimity, the dependency is also equanimous. So there is nothing which is arising as a feeling. And if there's nothing which is arising as a feeling, there is no perception of that. So now what happens? The blue color also is gone. So with yellow, red and blue gone, it just presents bright white light. And when I get this bright white light, which is myself, the true self, I see it as a reflected consciousness, which is chidabhasa. It's reflecting on the mind screen, which all the while was carrying the color of raga, passion, dvesha, hatred, and moha, delusion. Now all those three colors are gone, and I've ensured that nothing appears again. So if nothing appears there, then there is no rebirth, because it should have something in that reel to come there. So it's pure white light. So I will come to know that I have got liberated from this samsara myself. So this is what I wanted to conclude, to say that what really happened. So whether we want to take it as a process or we don't want to take it as a process, or we want to go through one methodology, another methodology, all of that, it is up to an individual mind. But consciousness has got nothing to do with what you're thinking or what methodology you're going to take or whatever it is. The whole idea of doing whatever we are doing is to get that moha out of it. Then it can see the raga and dvesha. If the moha cannot get sidelined a little bit also, then we become more intellectual. So Padma Shri, your question that aren't we intellectual, or you're talking like an intellectual until you experience, yes, that is true. So one has to choose what one seeks. So the problem sometimes happens is that we don't know what we are seeking. We don't know what we really want to be. So the first thing we need to do is to really find out what we want to seek in this life. What are we seeking? So then we come to know, you know what, I have pain and I want an answer how to address the pain. That is one. No, there are some challenges here and there. I am enjoying the pain and I am really not too worked up. I have everything, but I want to, do much better in whatever I'm doing. Okay, fair. That means we are going on this side, which says that no pain, no gain. So I want to take pain to gain. It's fair. Then I have to choose the philosophy which makes that pain gain process much better. If I want to find the solution to the pain, because I have tried everything, I have tried working, it's painful. I have tried earning, it is painful. I have tried maintaining the body, it is painful. I have tried maintaining relationship, that's painful. I have tried everything around to maintain, it's not possible and it is painful. Because I'm not able to maintain, and nobody can maintain, but yet I feel I can maintain. Now I see that it's painful. So I want a solution, permanent solution to this pain. Then I come to Vedanta to find out, will my pain get completely exhausted? Meaning to say that I don't have to come back here to enjoy or suffer the pain. Or if not Vedanta, can it be done through Buddha teaching? If not Buddha, then Mahavira. Like that I can choose whichever methodology works and it's fine. But if I don't even know what I want to do, and I don't know, I've tried, but I'm not getting it. So then Madhvacharya is the right thing, because you go by the dual. World is real and the consciousness is also real. Brahman Satya, Jagat Satya. Now, for those people who have really understood, they will see everything as a frame appearing and frame disappearing. And that's reality what it is. So there's like a frames per second, which I had explained to you or informed you when I had experience 2 years ago. So it's a frame by frame thing. But let's say I'm not able to find it. I'm not able to experience it. Okay, no problems. We can choose surrender as the path. That is bhakti. So when I surrender, I can take any of the religious practices which is good for me. I can take portion of Vedanta where the bhakti is mentioned, or I can go to the dual way of living and then pray to God. Then I can do the same thing through this through this Christianity. That is also possible. Think everything as Jesus. And if I take, I can take the religion I can take everything as Rama or Krishna or Vasudeva or whatever. Or if I take Muslim, then I can take everything as Allah, and I can do it. If I take Sikh, then I can take everything as the Gurumukhi or something. So whatever, if I take Hebrews or whatever it is, it's the choice the mind makes. So we have many of these which can be taken. But when you see in through any one of these, you will see only the light. And that's the light of consciousness, which is there everywhere. So that means everywhere in the sense that it is there in connecting two atoms. You can see that. What we call as entropy and enthalpy, same thing. Then we can look at the theory of relativity. As the speed increases, so the slowness is shown. So it's the chittas are going so fast that the body is seen to be in alignment. Meaning, when I lift my arm, when I lift my hand, when I lift my my head, or something like that, the movements what are happening is happening due to chitta. I'm not able to see the Prithvi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo in being added together, nor they are disintegrated. Okay, I'm not able to see it. And that's the fault of my mind. So if I'm not able to see that, Jnana Marga is not my cup of tea. So I have to go to Bhakti Marga or some other Marga to see that. But ultimately, whatever you take, in the end, you will see the light. And when you see the light everywhere. And when you see the light everywhere, that's the first time ever you see what is Aham Brahmasmi. Because you're seeing everything appearing in there. Right from the merging of two atoms to the cells to everything we know in this world is all out there, including planets, constellations, and whatever we are trying to call about, it is there. So this is the beautiful experience you will get, and from there when we look at the work what we are doing and the struggles what we are doing, it looks so trivial. It looks so, I don't know, it is worse than a trash. And then for the very first time you feel, oh my goodness, what I would have done myself as a mind, just being in this what I can say, in this sewage water, not able to see that I am in sewage water, not able to see I am imprisoned by my own raga, dvesha, moha. So from there when you see, you feel, wow, now I have come out of it. There is nobody being there. There is no relationships and this and that, because they all are in the mind. And there is no waking hour and sleeping hours. And there is no time. And there is no space. You are just a witness of everything. And for the very first time, you get to see the Sakshi Bhava. That is, you're just witnessing everything. It's happening in front of you. Or rather, it is happening because of you only, not because of anything else. So when I move myself from one room to another room, the room goes away because it never existed in the first place. When I go to the kitchen, the remaining rooms are not there. When I go on the road, the house itself is not there and the road itself is not there. So now I am able to see how the events go past by. But the memory is attached by the mind, and then we are going to say that 1 hour back I was doing it, and 5 hours back I was doing that, yesterday I was doing it, but actually it is untrue. You are not doing anything, it's just happening. So we'll see whatever in the past happened due to the karmic essence, not because I wanted to do something. And whatever is happening now is also due to karmic essence, good or bad. And whatever is going to happen in the future is also karmic essence. And since it is just karmic essence, I don't have to do anything. So now I do only karya, not karma. And since there are no karmas operating, the vasanas die down. And the vasana karma dying down, the samskaras no longer can survive. So vasana, samskara and karma totally dissipate and disappear. So whatever you have done till date will just get embedded in the sand. It doesn't come out because there is no energy left for it to come. So when there is no energy for it to come, it cannot manifest. So from the manifested, you have gone back to the unmanifested. So you have removed the condition on which the whole dependency was there. And since the dependency is removed, the situation is removed from itself. So since there are no situations to come back, there is no condition to be created. And dependency is gone forever. So with that, I conclude the whole topic on seeing one from Vedanta and one seeing from the Buddha teaching. So I have explained both. And you can use whatever you want, or if you want to choose your own path which is going to help you to do whatever you have. So first thing is you need to have a goal. You need to have a sankalpa, what you want to achieve in this life, and keep on working towards it. Set the moral values, whether through yoga or through yoga in the sense that Yoga Sutras, or you want to go Patanjali's, Viveka Chudamani or whatever it is. You want to go by that approach or any other approach. What do you think is the most suitable in terms of Vedanta? If you feel Vedanta is the path, is my path, I'm very sure about it, okay, go ahead, get it. If Buddha is the path, okay, go ahead and get it. It's about what one wants, or what one wants to experience, and what one is willing to trade upon. But if you want to just get the knowledge, like what we are doing of the Shravana, fine, not an issue. Manana is one's own way of working. Nididhyasana will not happen unless you experience mentally what it is. So we need to find time. So I might say that I don't have time, I don't have this, I don't have that, I will do sometime later. Fine, absolutely fair. And that's it.
Okay, good.
Continuous. We
Yeah,
started at
continue.
8:32, 9:20.
Don't stop.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't want to miss. Or in fact, I also missed about, you can go and touch the sun, you can touch the moon, you can play around, you can become one to many, many to one, you can be anywhere you want at the same time and all that. That also you can do. So what you need to do is you need to create an astral body and do an astral projection, and then you will get all of everything. So then you feel what we are doing in the office and home and all that is such a nonsense. There's absolutely no meaning in that. And even if I were to earn around 1 crore rupees, I don't think so that makes any sense, because this is more beautiful. It looks such a nonsense to have 1 crore in my account and doing nothing about it. Okay, any comments, questions? Otherwise, shall we close? I don't have anything. So tomorrow we can go back to 18th chapter in a very intellectual way.
Fine, Vilas. We can continue tomorrow.
Okay. Padmashri, you have anything to add, delete, modify, discuss, debate?
No, nothing.
Okay, so I made you as my manager. I think that helped, I suppose.
Okay.
Okay, so we can close early.
Okay then. Yeah. Okay then.
All right. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Uh,